Don't die, bro.
No, right? So yeah, excuse me, before we start, my bad.
But you got that long COVID now, bro.
No, I was like, what the hell, my little, well, went down the wrong pipe.
Well, bro, stop drinking that peach crown or whatever the fuck.
No, it's not peach, it's apple. This is actually Four Roses.
Four Roses is good.
Four Roses.
Fair enough. All right, bro. We're gonna jump into it because I'm gonna vent for a minute, and then we'll get into the other things we want to talk about. So, as I've stated multiple times on the show, I try very hard not to be political. Personally, I'm very middle of the road, where it pisses people off all the time. I can see both sides. I dislike the extremes of both sides pretty much 100% of the time because it's not real. It's bullshit. Anyhow, but with that being said, when I see a problem consistently, well, this one is our show, so I want to talk about it. Language towards or about cops and military. What do I mean by that? Over the last couple of weeks, well, hold on, got to do my preamble. You can be upset with what's happening, how it's happening, who's directing it to happen. Currently, right now, everyone's pissed off about, immigration stuff and the federalization of DC using basically the White House, the administration is taking over policing in DC. I have mixed feelings about it. I have thoughts about it. I guess I'll touch on that for a minute. My question is, we don't have to answer it, but what do you do when leadership is not doing their job? Meaning crime is rising. Personally, when I lived in DC, I almost got carjacked twice. Now I'm not the one, and I was carrying. One time I was on my way to work. The other time I was on my way to the gym. Basically, the technique. Yeah, the technique is two cars. They try to slow you, push you off to the side of the road, and then they jack you. But I was hitting the shoulder. I was doing all kinds of evasive maneuvers, so they weren't able to get me. So crime is a real thing, and people are constantly getting jacked. Shit, bro. I didn't mean to do this, but the other topic that's coming up is, but crime is actually going down. For the last 15 years, I'm not trying to call it any agency. I think it's pretty much not just isolated to DC. I fully disagree with it, but it's in every major city minimum. You will arrest or be investigating a burglary. Somebody broke into your home and stole something, which is a felony, and it varies in level of felony depending on a lot of variations. But typically, it's a felony pretty much everywhere you go. You will arrest them. You will investigate it as a felony burglary. You will arrest them and charge them with felony burglary, but you will write the report as a trespassing plus theft or a trespassing and assault or whatever. They basically try to minimize the crime stats, and it's a way of documenting and arresting and investigating. But when they send it up to the FBI, it doesn't get reported as a felony. So you can say as a sheriff or chief or mayor or whatever, crime is going down, even though it's the same exact fucking number of crimes. Anyway, that has been a long-standing thing. It's not a left thing or a right thing. They both fucking do it. Do you agree, disagree?
I do. I should be going with this.
Yes. With all that being said, currently, it seems to be coming mostly from the left. And when I say the left, Democrats, I'm talking about politicians. Once again, if you're not an elected official, say whatever the fuck you want to say.
Do you mean like Democratic-led cities or just Democrats in general?
Democratic congresspeople and senators and former elected officials are going on platforms, social media, interviews, news, whatever it is they're doing. And their language is what's pissing me the fuck off. Once again, I just did my preamble, so it is what it is. They described ICE agents, Homeland Security agents, FBI agents, whatever. There's 318 fucking federal agencies. And then Marines and our National Guard. These are all American citizens, men and women, husbands, fathers, mothers, sisters, daughters, whatever. These are people who are serving our country, and they are doing what they are being told to do. And then you have this political elements describing them as masked, armed individuals kidnapping American citizens, snatching people off the streets. That rhetoric is fucking wild. It's not an invasionary force. It's not a militia. It's not a terrorist squad roaming through the streets, scaring everybody. These are men and women who are serving our country in whatever capacity, doing what they are being told to do. The wildest comparison was Nazi soldiers doing what Hitler instructed. That was a comparison that was made.
As a comparison to
to them arresting illegal immigrants and deporting them back to their countries. Crazy, bro. The difference being the Nazis were executing motherfuckers in the streets, raping, murdering, chopping up, and sending them to concentration camps to be horrific fucking crimes. Once again, you might not agree with why or how and all this other stuff, and we could touch on that because I'm very conflicted on it. I think if you come here and you commit a crime, you should absolutely go back. But I'm waffling, and this is where I'm middle of the road. You come here and you're working 50, 60, 100 hours a week. You're paying taxes or whatever the fuck. You're not doing, what are we doing, bro? Whatever. I can see both sides. I've heard both sides scream about it. But my thing is, we have, and this is another comparison. We have enough American citizens who commit crimes. I agree. They should go to jail. We can't deport them, right? That's our problem. Why do we need to import more people who want to commit crimes? And when I say crimes, I'm talking trafficking in drugs, human trafficking, violent crimes, stealing shit. Like, get the fuck out of here. But the other part of me is like, but you want to come here and educate yourself, start a business, work, grind your ass off. Yeah, get after it. Last point, and then I'll kick it to you. I got to dump this out because I've been bottling it up. People that I know and that I work with and interact with on a regular basis who are more left leaning are like, and they say it with this, the passion and the empathy. And they're just like, well, I mean, who's going to work in the restaurants and the hotels and who's going to pick our crops? And they're just like so empathetic. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, that's the most demeaning shit you could ever fucking say. You're saying these illegal immigrants, the only thing they're good for is cleaning bedrooms and washing dishes and picking crops. Like, that's some demeaning ass shit. Once again, whatever, work. That's a crazy way to feel. Like, you feel like a good person for saying that. I'm like, no, that's some wild shit you just said. All right, I'm done. I'm off my soapbox. I had to get it out, bro.
That's your covert racism talking that you don't even realize that what you're saying, what you're doing.
Bro, it's wild. They say it with their chest out. Like, this is a, and they say, they have that, that face you put on where you're just like, but who's going to do that? Bro, what?
Other American citizens? I don't know. People are need a job.
But also, what are we talking about? Like, that's crazy. That's a wild statement.
Like, if you get down on your luck, you'll be doing it.
This ties into a whole nother thing. Who gives a fuck? What if your career is you're a maid or a dishwasher? I worked as a dishwasher. Who gives a, like, what the fuck? Did people look down on me? I didn't think they did.
Probably. And
they probably did. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, but this is a sidebar for what we're talking about, but just.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I went off the rails.
No, you just brought something in regards to that specificness or whatever. And I've actually gotten away from meeting people for the first time and kind of telling them what I do. When you're learning about people, because it's like I've noticed it. The older I've gotten, the more people that I meet, right? Especially when I'm outside of the scope of my day job.
Yes.
And shit, even times in my day job, right? Well, I'll go to the outside of the day job first. You find people kind of like asking like, oh, well, what do you do? Like, if you don't give the right answer, it's like they're asking. It's almost like they're asking that question so they could figure out how they're going to treat you.
What box you're going to go in?
Yeah, what box you're going to go in? How they're going to treat you? What this interaction is going to be like? Yeah. I'm like, I do a little of this, a little of that, whatever, right?
Which means you're in between jobs.
So I saw this thing online the other day, and the guy was like, he's like, the older I get, the more I lie. More I just lie to random things just about shit, about what I do, whatever. I just lie to him all the time.
Yeah.
One, especially if like, it's like, I'm never going to see this person again ever in my life. I was like, I just lied to him. I just like, yeah, I'm a photographer for Art Basel or some shit, some weird shit or whatever. Like, they're never going to fucking know. Even like on the other side of that, I do find myself at times in uniform talking to people where it's like, and I ask myself, depending on how the conversation is going, how the interaction is going, I'm like, you know what? I wonder how this interaction would be, or how we would be interacting or not if I wasn't in uniform, right? So in the sense of like, you seem to only have respect, not necessarily for me personally. Obviously, you don't know me personally, but like you're talking to me because I'm in this uniform and have the level of respect that you do because I'm in this uniform, not necessarily because we're two human beings having a conversation and that we could just be respectful to one another. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but also, or disrespect. It's like, you don't know me to be that nasty to me.
Exactly. Or yes, another way, like, fuck you, pig. I'm like,
like, you have no idea who I am.
And you're lucky I'm in this uniform. That's actually what you know what I'm saying? It's like that's actually keeping you. That's keeping this civil at the moment. Right. That's
yeah.
This is the one thing keeping me off your ass. at the moment
Yeah.
on a man to man, human being, level type of thing. And I'm like, and that's why I'm always like, as a matter of fact, like, have you ever heard me raise my voice? Probably you can count maybe on one hand,
Maybe. Doesn't ring a bell. And I mean
right?
I mean,
Right.
I mean, unless you're telling someone to stop, like, I think when we were
Well, yeah,
chasing that one dude,
well, yeah, yeah.
it
But
wasn't
outside of
like you
that,
were yeah, but you weren't, like, yelling, you were raising your voice to
just
command,
the volume, but not
not
like
in an
aggressive.
argumentative way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So I'm like,
No,
I typically say,
actually, I can tell you that right now. I don't think I've ever heard you, like, raise your voice, like, in an argument or a conversation. No, like, unless you're trying to project, no.
yeah, right. And I'm like, and it's like it's not because I'm not confrontational, right?
Well, yeah.
Warriors pray for peace. I want to be peaceful. I don't want any problems. I don't want any problems unless they say they want problems. Then I say, okay, then we got a problem.
Yeah.
But I guess there's that. But I guess to get back on the language part,
The way they
yeah,
describe and articulate law enforcement doing their job or military, because it's National
hmm
Guard,
uh
especially now when the Marines went to California. Again, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm conflicted in that. I didn't
yeah,
like it, but my son is a Marine. Don't call him. What the fuck are you saying? Like, again, I'm not trying to be one of those wild, crazy people like, oh, my fucking bro. It's not like that, but it's like you're describing soldiers, men and
mm
women who are
mm
serving our country. Be respectful when you talk about them. I mean, you might not like why they're there, but they're not
yeah.
there. It's not like the Marines just said, yo, we're all group
But
up. We're going to go do some shit. No, they're being commanded, and they go to jail if they disobey orders. So, like, what the fuck are we talking about?
no, no, that's a good point though. I think people don't realize that it's. I mean, obviously that always spawns off different arguments, right? Where it's like, hey, these people are
Yeah.
doing a job. This is the orders for the military, completely different than the civilian world, right? They're on orders, so they know what the fuck
Oh
they're
my god, way different.
way different, right? And this
Yeah.
would be like, well, you're a cop, you don't have to do that. I'm like, well, this is also the profession that I chose. This is what I happen to be doing at the time. It's like, would you stop doing what you're doing if you didn't agree with said policy, depending on what you have at stake, right? Some people got families, they got kids, they got retirements, they got things they have to look after. You know what I mean?
There's levels, bro. Hey, go
That's
kill all the illegal immigrants.
yeah.
Nope, not
Well,
doing that.
no,
Nope, not doing that one. But hey, do your job. Go arrest them. Show them dignity, respect. But this is what we're enforcing. You got to do it, bro.
I'll do it. I agree.
So
Yeah,
that's what I'm
again,
saying, bro. It's a wild rhetoric and the language that's being used. It's and unfortunately I see it every fucking day. It's like driving me nuts.
yeah, man, it's similar to I think what you kind of saw around a lot of the time, around the time of like the BLM stuff kind of starting. You know what I mean? Like the
Mm-hmm.
protests, a lot of the social. Like, what am I trying to say here? Social
The
justice.
posturing,
Yeah, like the social justice kind of like thing being the biggest. Not necessarily. It's been a thing for a long time, right? But like that being
which
like
bothers.
the main thing of a lot of talk and discourse, right?
Yeah,
It was always kind of like being a cop at that time was kind of like strange because
yeah. They were treating you fucking wild, bro.
well, I mean, that yeah, that's a whole nother thing, right?
All right, yeah, we'll save that for another
That's a
time.
whole other thing. But I think it was not a difficult, but it was a strange transition to see the language and people being like before. It's like, hey, you would know where to kind of like expect that kind of shit from, right? It's like, hey, if I know I go into this
There,
area, I know if
yeah,
I know I go into this area, this is not a friendly area. The relationship between the community and law enforcement is not always, they're not
the best.
inviting us to the fucking, to the birthday parties,
No, bro.
they're not inviting us to those kind of things, right? We don't have that type of relationship in this area of the city or the county.
Yeah,
So it was kind of strange to kind of be like, hey, you're at Starbucks trying to get a coffee, and the car in front of you is like, so the soccer mom, of three, with a stroller is like, fuck the police, you guys are terrible.
me.
Okay, you talking with me, man? Oh,
Yeah,
okay, all right. We're in downtown Tampa right now. Okay, so I mean, so it was kind of like it's strange to kind of see it being like kind of coming from every angle, if you will.
mm-hmm.
So I think this time frame kind of reminds me of that, where it's like the type of discourse, the type of language that's being talked about with some of the federal agencies, especially like the military. But I think, obviously, like we just said, the military is a completely different thing. Like, these guys are on orders. They do have a basic humanity. Of course, you have a choice, right? But they're
Once
gonna choose.
again, they're not being instructed to go murder
No,
everybody. That's
no,
not
yeah.
happening.
Yeah, it's like, hey, these are our orders. This is what we're doing.
That's
This is
it.
what we're doing.
Yeah.
Uh, and again, a lot of this discourse too seems to kind of not necessarily be misguided, right? Because I'm not going to say anybody's thoughts or opinions or feelings are misguided on any topic, right? But it's like you are just like you're focusing your energies on the people who are in front of you because or who are at the ground level doing what they're doing because those are the only ones you can actually have contact with,
Yeah.
right? You're not going to be able to get a meeting with the fucking president or your governor or whatever to have this level of like to voice your opinions on this discourse. So I would say they're taking it out on these guys, but kind of, so it's weird to see. I'm just glad that we're not well, I say we, but I say me is not involved in that kind of shit at the current moment. So I'm just like, nah, stay away from it. All right, stay away
Yeah,
from it.
it's more the rhetoric, dude. It's like,
Yeah.
making a hero out of the fucking idiot that threw a sandwich at a fucking cop. It's like, bro,
It's
what are
like,
you doing?
oh, yeah,
Or I can't tell you how. And once again, I will say, not the. It's not. It's not the people from like. It's the unexpected, right? Where they're like banging the bells like 2 inches from a cop's ear, screaming. These aren't like actual criminals. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
and
These are like
yeah,
people
and then
that
most of them you
I
see,
don't know what the fuck's wrong with. There's something mentally wrong with them because I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. And then there's well, I will say it's because it's a lack of consequences. Because then you see when the cops put hands on these motherfuckers, they're like,
yeah,
oh my god,
yeah. It's not that it's strange to see, but yeah, I mean, I guess this kind of strange to see, right? Because like you said, it's we've been doing this shit for a while, and you've always come across, those I don't want to say career criminals, right? But people that have, a lot of law enforcement contact. They know what they're getting into. They know what they're doing. We know what we're doing. And usually for the most part, it is, hey, I'm doing what I'm doing. This time I got caught. It is, most of the time I've gotten away with it. And that is
yeah.
what it is.
Typically, I'm trying to think back. Most of my interactions with what we would quote unquote call career criminals. I'm not saying there's not an element of danger there, but it was kind of what you said. It's like, bro, you doing your job, I'm doing mine. You got me
Yeah.
today. It's
Yeah.
like a
You doing your
game
thing?
almost. There's
So yeah.
no resistance. There's none of that shit.
Mm.
It's usually the fucking people who are either drunk or on something. Those are the ones that
Yeah.
wilding out.
Yeah.
Or
That's like,
or when you start getting involved in family matters, which is why I hated fucking domestics.
I hate domestics, bro. Yeah, because that's a
Yeah,
whole other level of shit. But it's when you see like a lot of these extreme things, right?
yeah,
It's usually people from the far extremes of whatever side,
yeah,
whatever end of the argument that you're on, right? Like the guy with
yeah.
the fucking sandwich. It's like
Yeah, he worked for the Department of
you
Justice,
work
bro.
with the person. I'm like, bro, what is happening? Are you
What's wrong with
what?
you?
What are you doing? Right. So you see, like, and I don't want to say liberals or like, super, super, super conservatives or whatever, but it's like it's usually like the people on the extreme end or whatever
Yeah,
are the ones that you can see kind of like enacting the most violence, which is kind of weird. And
bro.
like,
They're getting the extremes are getting so far apart. They're almost coming
oh
together,
my,
bro.
yeah,
They had somebody. There was someone again. We're getting political. Just bear with
yeah,
me for a minute. There was somebody talking on the liberal side to an extreme right, and they were talking about how because right pro Palestine they fucking hate Israel. He's like,
mhm,
and the far right guy was like, yeah, me too. They want basically were describing segregation because
mhm,
black people should have their own dorms and their own living areas because they feel more comfortable because white people are. He's like, yeah, me too.
mhm.
So like they started talking about all this crazy shit. They're like, wow, we have a lot in common. But it's
Okay,
like the other dude's like all far right, like I don't want to say KKK, but he,
yeah,
way far right, and the other one's a far left. And it's like what you are describing. You guys have now come almost full circle, and you're on the
most of
same side again.
like I said, like if a coin is like this, you
Yeah,
got
yeah,
stones here, and you ended up on this side, like you literally come full circle. You're like,
yeah. I was dying, bro. That's how stupid shit comes. Last topic, and then we'll move on to double standards. But
yeah,
last thing, I was in court the other day, and this is a federal courthouse, and just touching on this point. There's 12 people in there. There was some sort of raid that happened. I don't know.
mhm,
11 of them, they're all illegal immigrants.
okay,
They went. We had to sit there through all of it, which was interesting to hear all the back and forth and the law stuff. I'm still a nerd for that. It had nothing to do with my case, so it doesn't matter. But
mhm,
the 11 trafficking large amounts of cocaine, heroin, methamphetamines, violent armed robberies, stealing cars. I mean, not
yeah,
all of them. I'm just describing the different
yeah,
charges amongst the 11, on top
yeah,
of also being illegal. Like violent, dangerous shit to the community. And then the number 12 comes in, and I'm just like, he already looks different than the rest. He had like a collar shirt on and slacks. He's like a lawn care guy. And he's like, yeah, I work 80 hours. They had a translator. I work 80 hours a week. I live with my brothers, my uncle, and I've been doing this for a couple of years or whatever. And that was it. No criminal history, no prior charges, no nothing. Doing his thing. And I'm like, so of the 12 people in here,
Yeah, how did he
which
get
one
here?
is which one's different? He was illegal. That was his
That was the
only
only
thing.
thing? Okay.
That was it. I was like, and I looked at my teammate, my
Mhm,
my coworker. I was just like, what are we doing? Like the first 11, I was like, yeah, fuck those motherfuckers. They're out here
mhm,
doing wild shit. And it wasn't like, oh, selling like a little. No, they were slanging fucking dope, bro, and like doing wild shit.
mhm.
And then you got this guy who's like, I'm just working and for my uncle's business. And I'm like, bro, what are we doing? I see. This is where I get conflicted. And there's going to people on the right like, no, they're illegal. That's a crime. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I fucking get it. I understand.
Yeah.
But then on the left, they'd be like, no, they're all citizens. No, somewhere in
Well,
between. This is why I'm saying I'm in the middle. And people fucking hate it. They fucking
yeah,
hate it, bro.
again, like I said, it all to me, immigration always comes back to what I said about your house, right? You would not let
Yeah,
anybody into your house without you knowing who they are
yeah,
and getting them to some sort of vetting process.
yeah. No,
Okay.
fair enough.
I think to me that's as basic as you.
Yeah. Would you these people in your house? I don't know.
Yeah,
Number 12, probably.
yeah, maybe.
First 11, hell no.
No, no.
Fuck no. And let me tell you something. Well, we've been cops for a long time, and I'm not trying to. We're gonna get in trouble. I might edit this out. But you can, when you look at somebody like, yo, that motherfucker's a criminal. Well, it has nothing to do with race. It's
No,
not
no, no.
that
You're just like
male,
there's something.
female, but you're like, bro, that motherfucker's a criminal.
There's something about you just makes my. I don't know what it is yet, but
My hairs went up, bro. Like,
yeah, my hands went up.
something wrong, bro.
I need to take a closer look.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a predator thing, bro. The way they look at you, I don't like it.
It's like you said, it's the Sharon thing, where
Know
he's
your
like,
fences, bro.
he's like, you're gonna start to realize how people react to you when you're in the room. He's like, you're,
Yeah, bro. People start.
he's like,
Ooh,
yeah,
yeah,
he's like, you're the big predator in the ecosystem. So everyone is going to react to you.
yeah,
And it's like, you got a point. You
yeah.
got a point. You got a point. He's like, you're the killer whale in the ecosystem. He's like, you kill everything. He's like, even the sharks are paying attention to what you're doing.
Well, that's the what is it? The guard dog? Fuck, what is it? I'm drawing a
The
blank, bro.
sheepdog.
The sheepdog, yeah, because the sheep are scared of the sheepdog, but so are the wolves. So
Exactly.
everyone's scared of you.
Yeah, everyone's
But your
trying.
job is to keep the sheep safe, even though they're scared of you. That's a
Yeah,
hard spot to be in.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're getting off that. Double standards in the sexes. What are you talking about? What do you mean
Yeah,
by
man.
that? What do you
It
talk? What do
is.
you mean by that first?
It's just like you listen to podcasts, listen to see shit on social media or whatever, right? And there's always seems to be in every section of life, whatever sliver you want to, carve out, right? There always seems to be double standards in the sense of like, and I tell you what sparked my thought about this. I'm watching there's like an Instagram reel or TikTok video, whatever, right? And it's
Yeah.
it's a video of a show or whatever. And the lady was talking about she was describing herself as a successful, successful whatever. I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm successful, I make money, I'm attractive, yada yada, blah, 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 whatever. Listen off all her attributes and traits. Basically saying like what type of guy, qualifies for her to even consider, blah blah blah.
Oh,
And,
bro, I know what you're
and,
talking about. Okay,
and
go
yeah,
ahead.
then the
All
other
right.
guy was like, another guy's like, so wait a minute. He's like, so
Ooh.
no, and I didn't think of it until he said it. He was
Yeah.
like, so let me, well, that's what it was. She was saying all that and then saying she didn't want to date down, right?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and he was like, he flipped on it in a second. He's like, so let me get this straight. So you want essentially someone who's like on your level or better, right? Makes more money. Well, yeah. Is on your attractive level or better. Yes, blah, blah, blah. He's like, okay. So if this is the case. And her point was women shouldn't have to date down. He's like, well, if a guy has all these things, aren't those type of men dating down? And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, that's actually a really good fucking point. Like, what are we talking about right now? But it's like, and then they kind of get back into it, and this is what the double standard part came up. And he's like, or asked the question of like, it's not socially. He's like, what? He's like, for example, he's like, we're on this show, and you're saying all these things that women should expect from men in dating and relationships, all of which are fine. And Danny and I agree with you, right? Some of these things you're saying are bare minimum. You should want a man to do blah 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 blah. Blah. What in society is a man allowed to say out loud that they expect of a woman and it be socially acceptable. I was
Nothing.
like,
Let me.
he said something like, I can't think of any. Like he's like,
Yeah.
no, a woman can say she wants a man to be a certain height, right? But if a guy comes on here and says, I expect a woman to be a certain weight, now he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like I said, but that type of argument or whatever you can take it in the workplace or
Yep.
like in law enforcement, in sports, in dating, in tech, in this, or it's like you can literally do that across the board in the military, whatever. And I'm just starting. I was like, man, it's like, but what, I'm like the double, like you're not going to be able to ever get rid of double standards. Like it's just a thing that exists,
Yeah. You
and that
ready for
exists.
this?
Like you kind of just have to like acknowledge that it exists, and it is what it is. I don't know.
I just listened to this today. You ready for this, bro?
Mhm.
Monogamy and polygamy. Forever. Well, currently, women believe, or it's believed that monogamy benefits women, when in fact that's not true. Why? So the guy
Mhm.
who was talking says, and he was trying to explain using like a comparison. He goes, let's say you have
Mhm.
100 men and 100 women. You have, for purpose of this, you have number 1 through 100. And
Yeah.
number 1 could be looks, wealth, career, lifestyle, whatever, right? It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Just for comparison purposes. 1, 1, 2, 2, all the way down. Is it not in the benefit of the bottom 10? Would it be better for them to be wife number 2 to the top 10 or stay at the bottom 10?
Hmm. I guess you have to say better for society, better for just them personally.
Women, because it's believed monogamy benefits women.
Mhm. I'd venture to say I think some women are sharing men and they're in a polygamous relationship. They just don't know.
Or
So
they do know it.
I
There's
think
plenty
some
of
of
women
them
out
are,
there that are fine with being the side chick, bro. You know
yeah,
that.
there's some fine there, some are fine with it.
And there's
Yeah.
plenty of dudes fine with being the side dude, which I laugh at because women are like, oh, I got a side dude. I'm like, it's not the same.
That's not the same kind of
No.
it's not a flex you think it is, but okay.
But we're not talking about
Yeah.
side people. We're talking about actual like relationships, marriage,
Mhm.
whatever. You're hitching your wagon, number 1 with number 1, number 2 with number 2, all the way down. Number 100 meaning you're bottom of the barrel, you're struggling. There's a lot that goes into whatever that means.
Mhm.
But
Well, yeah, it would be
he
more
goes, there's
that
a reason, reason women and famous women, beautiful women, successful women,
mhm.
CEOs, actresses, models are completely fine with Elon impregnating them, signing that contract because that motherfucker's got more
Oh, yeah.
money than God, bro. So why is that?
That's a
If
good
if
question.
monogamy alone benefits women, why are so many women signing up to do that? Dude's got like 20 kids. More. I don't know. That we know of. I don't even fucking know. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it not better to be wife number 2 or 3 to the Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos motherfucker? Or would you? No, fuck that. I got to be the only one. Okay, well then you're not going to
Yeah,
live that lifestyle.
yeah, you could be the only one over here. Yeah.
Again, I really want to shade away from like demeaning certain career paths, and because I don't get that. I don't like it. One, I don't even know what that would mean, but it's just a level of success that what you're
Yeah.
describing. All women, I want a man 6 foot. Well, it used to be I want them. They need to make over 6 figures, which is a
Yeah,
hundred
6 figures,
thousand.
six
Now
plus.
it's going. They should be making 250, 500,000 a year plus. Otherwise, I can't even talk to them.
Yeah, like talk
And
to
I'm
them?
like,
Like
okay, well,
talk to them?
there's like 1,000 dudes that do that. That's it.
Yeah,
That's all you get.
yeah. Like it's less than what? Is that less than 5% of the population make over 6 figures? Just that part?
The top 5% of the population of the world,
Well,
so
what yeah,
make over 100,000 a year. That's it.
yeah, of the world.
And that what was our boy's name? Samuel. Rest in peace, bro.
Oh, Kevin Samuels?
Kevin said,
Yeah.
"You think you in the top 5? Nah."
Like it says, it's like what makes you think of all the
Yeah.
things you're asking for, what makes you think that dude would want you in return?
There you go.
It's a scheming question, I guess, if you're not ready to answer it. You know what I mean? But it's yeah, I don't know. I think the dating the Uno reverse dating down shit was hilarious to me. And I was like, yeah, I'm like, so if that dude's got all that, why would he want you?
Well, again, I know what you're talking about, and
Yeah,
those pop in my feed all the time, and I shamelessly watch that shit and laugh
yeah,
every fucking time. But again, it's because that's what it's become. It's shallow. It's shallow bullshit. Like when you actually are with somebody, support each other, building life, whatever. Again, what does success mean to you? I don't
yeah.
know. I don't
Yeah.
want to live in fucking New York. Oh, I live in a $20 million high rise in New York. Gross. I don't want to live
Okay.
there. And well, let me rephrase that. I like New York City because
Yeah.
I can't. I got to start talking about language. I've actually talked to a lot of people from New York that are like from like not the
Mhm.
boroughs or whatever, but like the state of New York,
Yeah.
upstate New York, whatever. They're like, bro, I fucking hate that. He goes, I'm not from there. I'm from New York State, I'm from whatever, and it is
Yeah,
vastly different. It is a
vastly
very
different.
different, and let me explain. I just don't like being in the city. But for me, 5 acres and a little house, like I'm happy, bro. Like that to
Yeah,
me is success. But people be like, "Oh, that's all. That's all you've
yeah,
got." Well, this is my happy place.
yeah, it's like,
I'm
oh,
very
yeah,
happy and content
uh,
doing what I'm doing.
yeah, this is what I want, this is what I like, and it's, I guess for me, personally, I'm not necessarily driven by by money per se. Obviously, everybody's
To a
driven
point
driven by money, and
where
for
I
the
could live comfortably and not stress. Yes.
no, I say for me, money is not necessarily like a determination of my personal value or how much
No.
I want enough money to buy the things that I need and to not stress. So it's like I don't need, like, oh, I got the latest fucking, G wagon or whatever. Like those things don't. That's not what motivates me in life. To
Yeah. The
you
older
know,
I get, bro, the older I get, that's how I
no bearing
feel.
on my self worth at all.
Yeah, yeah,
Like the people who have that, I'm like, if that's what you like, that's fine. I'm not knocking that either. You know what I mean? I just need enough to take care of my shit, and
yeah.
you left alone, and I'm good. I'm great.
Bro, that makes me laugh. In my 20s, I always thought, like, if I ever make it, I'm gonna buy a Range Rover. That was my,
Yeah.
like, car.
Yeah. Now, now when I got enough money about Ranger, I'm like, yeah, I
No,
don't want.
I like my truck, and it's an
Yeah,
old
like,
truck, and I like it. That makes me happy, and I don't want to.
bro, and then I know it's super cliche, but like, bro, it really is like the simple shit in life is
Yeah.
vastly, vastly underrated.
Oh,
Vastly.
bro. Bro, when you used to come up to hang out in Maine and shit, it's just
Mhm.
a different lifestyle, baby.
Different
It's
lifestyle,
just
bro.
quiet, peace. Sit by the fire, smoke a cigar, throw steak on the fire, right on the coals. I'm not saying open flame, but that's some good shit. Anyway,
Yeah.
I digress.
Yeah.
It's just a different
Well,
way of life, bro.
different quality of life, right? And it's I'm never gonna knock anybody else's, shit. But I know for me personally, that's not like a driving factor where
Yeah,
some people that like keep up with the Joneses, that they say, I gotta stunt, I gotta house, like that's never really been my shit. I like what I like. I think it was Tony Yayo in an interview. He was talking about. He's like, listen, he's like, I'm good. What I got. He's like, as long as I'm good, what I got, I'm good. He's like, he's like,
yeah,
you can have 100 million, and I can have five. As long as I'm happy with what I got, I'm good. I'm not hating on what you got. I actually don't care at all. I really don't.
no.
I don't give a shit at all. But yeah. So
I think it was Dave Chappelle. He's like Jay-Z was like, millionaires show their wealth on their body, billionaires don't have to. And he was like, oh shit, he had to put his chain away.
yeah. It's like, oh,
Or no, it was Kanye. Kanye said it because then Kanye got dropped. He's like, yo, bust that chain out, bro. You back here with me.
you're like, put that away.
Let me. Oh shit. Oh shit.
But yeah, but like, bro, the more,
Ah.
the more, the more money I've made, I've gotten into like the making a little bit of money, you make a little something. Enough to do some stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
It is it is different once you kind of figure out like, oh, I'm good right here. I don't need to once you have enough, I don't need to over strive to gain more because like gaining all the extra stuff is not adding to my happiness, if that makes sense.
yeah,
I mean, by amassing amounts of things doesn't necessarily
yeah.
add to my happiness by the amount of things that I have or whatever, right? I'm like, yeah, the more I kind of just like sit down and like be still and just like kind of like take stock of like where you're at, you're like, yeah, I'm like, this is good for me. This is fine. And I don't know if that's just like a man thing or whatever.
Nah, I think it's
Yeah, I
not.
don't
It's
know.
not on social media and stuff, but more and more
Yeah,
women that they feel that they agree.
yeah, it's like,
They agree with that kind of lifestyle as opposed to But unfortunately, those women and men, they're
mhm,
not on social media. They're
yeah,
not in your face. They're not on TV. They're not on reality TV. Like that
mhm,
shit's wild, bro. But
yeah,
back to your point, I tell my kids all the time. I was like, listen, I'm 100 right now. I could break you off $100 and it's not going to devastate me.
yeah.
I'd like to be 1,000
I'd like to be 1,000 there.
That'd be cool.
It'd be great.
I ain't there yet. I'm working there. But
Yeah,
like, you got to keep your perspective on what you got going on, especially because like my son, he's starting his career and he's like, I don't know, he makes like $600 every 2 weeks. Like it's
yeah.
not a lot.
No, but you got enough.
It's hard to explain, but he's got benefits, healthcare, housing. I get all that, whatever. He's like, ah, damn, I was like, bro, you're living, bro. You're
Yeah.
living. You
Well,
got to
that's
start.
that.
I said, when that turns from 600 to 6,000 every 2 weeks, I was like, you're gonna be like, I remember when.
The win. You're gonna appreciate that a lot more.
I
The
remember
turn
when I was mixing tuna packs with minute rice so I could eat.
it's like eat. I
Yeah, bro,
not,
trying to get my
not,
proteins.
right. I was telling somebody the other day, it's good when you hit a certain level. I'm like, you stop yourself time. You're like, well, I do this shit. I do this shit to people all the time. I'm like, whoa, hold on. I was like, you don't have to do. You don't have to live like that, right? We're well off. We don't have to do that. We don't have to. We don't know how to.
Yeah,
We don't all have to split an appetizer, guys. We can all get our own shit.
it's
We
okay.
don't have to live like that. I can get my own stuff.
Yeah,
We're good.
yeah,
I don't want that. Yeah, but we just get one for the table. I don't want that. I want this. I have enough to get this. I'm gonna get this,
yes.
and we're
You
good.
know what? Let's touch on this, bro. Let's touch on this because this came up.
Mhm,
It's not in our list, but I'm just laughing. I want to describe it. My son has started. He's carried on his dad's tradition of gentleman dinners.
mhm,
And when I say gentlemen, women are included, but the concept of gentleman dinners. And let me outline what it is.
mhm,
Group of individuals, coworkers, typically. You go out to eat together.
mhm.
And I would say it's anything four or more. So if it's two or three, that's not a big deal. Split the check, it's not a big deal. But when you start getting to four, six, eight, definitely anything more than eight, fuck that.
Yeah,
It's gentleman dinner, meaning when the bill comes, you're either all gonna just split it evenly across the board, or one person pays and you Venmo that person, whatever
mhm,
it is. That's what it is. Now, there's rules, there's outliers, there's all these things. And my son experienced this for the first time. And I was fucking dying because he was trying to cultivate this. And they went out to, and again, he didn't book the place, wasn't communicated what was going on, but it was a relatively nice place. He's my son. He's my son. So, jeans in the night, you're going out, bro. Like,
yeah,
I'm not saying you got to wear a suit, but yeah, come on,
yeah. Look
jeans and a
presentable.
nice shirt.
Yeah,
His other buddies were all wearing like their PT gear and like slides and shit. And this is like tabletop cloth napkins, that kind of shit. And then they didn't know how to order the food because it was a relatively nice place. So he ordered for the table and he was explaining to them the prices. And they're like, oh. And then one guy was like, well, I want to get two entrees because he's like, and I want the lobster. He's like, that's gonna be $300.
yeah. No, you
He's like,
don't, man.
nah, man, nah, I got. He's like, I'm trying to articulate this to you. Okay, all right, man. You do you.
All right.
He was very frustrated. I could tell he was enraged because he was used to going to dinner with me and my buddies and stuff, and
Mhm.
he wasn't used to that. Then the bill comes. The one dude got a $300 bill. He's like, "Oh Lord!" And then the one buddy was like, "Well, I only had the chicken and like I only had water." He's like, "Nah, bro. This is." I was like, "This is not." When you have to sit there and itemize the bill and be like, could you put the chicken and the tea on this card, bro?" I will scream at you and lose my mind. That is not a gentleman dinner.
But then
So yeah, bro.
you bring up a good point, but that's why I don't do that with a lot of people.
No, you got to be. Listen,
It's
it,
gonna
it was
be
hard in the Secret Service because we always travel together, but I would have this whole preamble,
mhm,
and I'm like, you're gonna drop $100 tonight because it's just what it is. And again, there were some people who were like, well, I want this $400 bottle of wine.
well, then
Well,
you paying
that's
for that
on you.
on your
Play. That's not. I'm
you
not.
paying for that
That's
on
not
your
what we're doing.
we're not
But
splitting
if
that.
I have two bourbons and you have two Budweiser, it doesn't. I'm sorry, bro. We'll make it up some other way, but we're not like, it doesn't work that way. Yeah. Well, I had the salad and the water. Well, then don't ever come again.
Yeah, then that's your fault for ordering that. You should have got
Yeah.
something.
Usually I was a real dick about it. I was like, you know what? I got you. Don't worry about it. And you just never invited again.
Yeah,
Especially because I said this prior to, it wasn't surprise. It wasn't a
mm,
shock. It wasn't like I didn't know. And it's not to be a dick. It's just like that is frustrating. It's
yep,
embarrassing too. And honestly, that's a pain in the ass for the waiter.
it is. And two, it's like what you've done a couple times, everybody kind of like you see what everybody else is ordering, right? If everybody's kind of like on par with what the kind of
Yes.
shit that we're ordering, right? Hey, we're at a steakhouse.
We're all ordering steak.
Everybody's getting a steak.
Yeah.
Well, the sides are fucking a la carte, whatever.
Whatever.
Cool, whatever, right? Couple drinks, yada yada. It's pretty simple. But when I'm listening to people order, I said this, but I said listen. I'm listening to people order, right? You're like, I'm gonna have, just a chicken Caesar salad. I'm like, okay, and I'm like, yeah, we must be splitting this because I already see what's happening here.
Once again, two, three people, sure. But
Yeah,
you're in a table of 8, 10, 12. The biggest I've ever was 12. And it worked out, but I was like, this is going to go bad.
yeah. I try not to go out and
Only if I fucking have to.
yeah, I know, yeah. Like you said,
I don't like it.
or even especially, or even if I'm with other men, right? Or like if you're on like a date, right? I would, and I don't know why this is a fucking thing, right? But if there was a lady with me, right?
Oh,
You can just say on a date, right? Or I'm responsible for the other person who's coming along, right? At this
Yeah.
stage, you could probably say date or whatever, but like because obviously a lot of all my other friends are married or like in long-term relationships, right? So it's like when you're doing that, it's like it's between you and the other dudes who are paying. Like we know what's happening here. You know what I mean? Like
Well, Go ahead. Speak on it because I did this and I didn't realize I was being an asshole, but go ahead.
It's like we understand what's happening here. It's like you are responsible for you and your woman. You're responsible for you. Like you're ordering together. You're ordering together. We are in agreement. We're probably just gonna just split this thing 4 ways, and that is what it is.
That's what it is.
Well, that's what it is, and we're out of here. I don't know. But I mean, at this stage of the game, the people that I associate with, we're all on the kind of like the same page. So it's like I think it would be frustrating to like run into that now and it not be that way. I'd be like, yeah, I don't think I can eat out and do it
Well,
more.
I did this longer than I should have, and I never thought about it. But I would go out with a group of guys, but I would bring
Mhm.
my lady,
Uh-huh.
and it was like, well, 6 total,
Mhm.
but we would always split the bill 5 ways. I didn't think about it until finally one day I sat there and I went, wait, and let me explain something to you. It wasn't like 2 or 3 times. It was probably like a year, so multiple times. And I went, wait a second,
Really fine.
I should be paying for 2. And they're like, we were wondering how long it was going to take you to think about that. And I was like, well, say so. My thing was like, say something though, bro. It wasn't even in my brain. It wasn't. And so I was that guy. And so now I was like, fuck. So like for the last year, I've been on the hook. I'm like, all right, I got one-on-one. I'm like, hey, I got this. Bro, I didn't even, I understand what you're saying. If everyone's got their significant other, I get what you're saying on that
Yeah.
point, but I'm like, it, anyway, I was embarrassed. But
Yeah.
again, my thing is like, I'm such, like, if you and I were like, bro, no, I'm not splitting, pay for, and
Well, yeah.
it's not a
Or
disrespect thing, but like, anyway, I was like, say something. I didn't even think about it. It
yeah,
was
but
like
even
I was
then, it's
trying
like
to get over on $30 or whatever. It was just
yeah.
like, I didn't even think about it.
Or if it's like I do this with with buddies that I go out drinking with, right? He's like, we have a nice system, right? So it's like, hey, I'm gonna go, and then we'll usually end up paying like each individual, like put a card down. So or if we're going multiple places, right?
Yeah.
So me and my boy Kim will go our favorite place, Manor Heights, Velvet Gypsy, right? If we go out, have dinner, go out for a couple of drinks, whatever, we're usually more than likely 8.6% of the time gonna hit one, if not both of these places in the night, right?
Yeah.
It'll be like, hey, we're gonna go here. I'm gonna buy the drinks at this place. Cool. I'm gonna buy the drinks in the next place. Cool. Or vice versa. That's just that's just how it goes, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, like, hey, we have 3 drinks over here. We're gonna get at least 2 or 3 drinks over here. We'll swap it. Like it evens out at some point, right? It's not a
So
big
what
deal.
that's my point is like, oh, well, I paid for 3 of your drinks and I only had
Yeah,
2 here. It's like, bro,
yeah. And it's funny.
what are we doing here?
The only time it ever comes up, is when there'll be people from like outside the group who
Yep.
like come in and they'll hang out and they'll be like, and it's like like it's like, hey man, I'm going up to buy around because it's easy. It's always easier for one person to order at a time, right?
100%.
So you're going up to him, going to get around. Need some, need some, need some, need some, need some. Cool. I need you know, three old fashions. You go up there, boom, like 3 old fashions on my tab. Usually the next person will go up and be like, hey man, I'm going up again. We all good? Another 3? Cool. I now to the bartender, I need 3 old fashions. Right? That's usually how it goes. So you get somebody, and it usually takes 2 or 3 rounds to kind of figure it out. You're like, hold on. I went this last time. He went last time. Motherfucker, it's your turn to go up there and order the goddamn drink. It's on you this time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but do you actually say that to them? Yo, motherfucker, it's your turn.
My boy Cam was a lot more confrontational.
Well, I guess it
He
depends on
was.
how outside the group you're referring
Yeah,
to.
exactly. I will just take note and be like, "Oh, nah, I'm not." Now I notice I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not asking you next time I go up there." Just I call a couple people like, "Hey, you need something? What do you need?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right. I just that way they kind of like quietly get the fucking point. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
it's like it's a whole nother.
Let me ask you this.
Mhm.
We're getting off top. We're gonna have to save some of these topics for the next one, which is fine. But I love this train of thought. So, do you ever feel like somebody's trying to big time you when they're like, and let me explain.
Mhm.
There's certain events, if I invite and you pay for the table, it's a nice gesture, not trying to lord it over you, be like, yo, or whatever. But again, that's for us, that's kind of rare. I mean,
Mhm.
if it's me and my children and you, and we have lunch, it's like I'm not lording it over you because I'm like, yo, let me get you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
But then there's times when you go out with like another couple or
Mhm.
whatever, and then you're like waiting for the bill, and like, oh, I already took care of it. I'm like, I'm a man, bro. Like, what?
So
What are you doing? I got my. What are we doing?
so
Am I wrong for that? Am I wrong for that thought process, bro?
no, you're not. But I have learned to
Once again, it's not like you and me. That'd be
no, no, no.
different. Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Where it's like in the context of the situation, it's like I feel like you're trying to either one up me or you're trying to like establish
Yeah, what's
Some
going on here?
it's like it's like obviously we're both larger gentlemen, so it's like
Yeah.
you feel inadequate in some way, so you're trying to like maybe use the money thing to like
Mhm.
establish yourself or whatever. And I just go, I've learned, right? This is all I always keep not huge amounts of cash, but enough, right? It's like, oh, you're gonna take care of the bill. There you go. Here's our portion. Just so you don't get that. Oh, here you go. Oh no, no, that's not a big deal. Yeah, I know. So here you go. We're
I
good.
know it's not. That's
I
why
know
I'm
it's not.
giving it to you because
That's why
this
I'm
is
giving it
not a
to you.
big deal.
Exactly. That's why I'm giving it to you. Appreciate the gesture. I'm just gonna have to
Yeah.
pay you back now. Well, only a couple times where it's like only a couple times where I felt like 90% sure that that's what was happening.
Like a
And I'm
power
like,
move going on?
trying to power move, bitch.
Yeah, like,
What?
hold on.
Like, bitch, you know how to
Now,
raise, like, you know how to raise my voice. Hey, man, get this money, bro. Take the money back. Get out of here.
slide up on you real quick or
Yeah.
just grab him real hard.
Yeah.
Now, I will say it was a power move because typically my dad always pays,
Mhm.
but now it's almost become a thing between him and I. And we'll go out and I gotta go to the bathroom. He's like, no, you don't. Cause
There you
like
go.
I'll slide, but he'll just take care, put it out here. He's like, no, you won't. I'm like, Dad, come on, man. He's like, no. But again, that's more lighthearted, friendly stuff, but family stuff.
But see that one, see that move right there. I'm not. That one I'm not
Again,
mad.
this is family. It's
I'm not
not
even
tight. Yeah.
not even that, right? That one I'm not mad about, right? So if I like so I don't put it this way. If I was trying to just make a nice gesture, right? And not as a power
Yes.
move, slid out to the bathroom, take care of the check, right? You tell the waiter, listen, don't tell them who paid for it. It's already
Yeah. Just
taken
let it
care
go.
of. Just like instead of saying, oh, so and so already fucking paid, please don't say that. Just say, hey, the tab was already taken care of. You guys are good to go. Appreciate it, blah, 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 whatever. Please don't say anything. Because then you got some people like, oh no, 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 I already took care of it, bro. So you had to let us know you took care of it. Because to me, and again, it's just the way I operate. If it was really just a good gesture, I don't need you to know that I took care of it, that I did a nice thing, because that was takes away the point of doing a nice thing. And then once
Yeah.
you know I did the nice thing, that's why I did the nice thing, and that's why I did it like that, because I didn't want you to fucking know.
Yeah. I will say, my well, it's not my restaurant, but the Lost Fire, one of my favorite places. It's in Maine. Chef German, shout out. He does some baller shit every now and again. I mean, listen, I have spent copious amounts of money there
Mhm.
as well. It's one of the main places where I was referencing the store earlier where I fucked up and I didn't realize I was fucking up. But anyway, long story short,
Yeah.
every now and again, I don't know what he's I love that guy.
Mhm.
Every now and again, we'll have a full meal, drinks, all this stuff. Love it there. Never expect nothing from that guy. And they'll drop the bills off, and it'll just be like, "Loved having you here." It's just a note. Like that's a baller move, bro.
It
And we
is.
all go, Chef. He's like, that's a baller move, bro.
Yeah, you bring me enough business. I love having you here. I'm not trying to fucking stunt on you. I just a nice
No, no,
gesture.
no. Well, listen, one, he could because I do love it because every time we go there, bro, there's probably 10 or 15 women. They're like, oh, chef, we love you. And I was like, oh, this dude, because he's single. I was like, this dude's balling out of control. Bro, I love it. I love it. He's also just, side note, I'm pretty confident. Maybe I'll get corrected. He is the only restaurant in the world that I'm aware
Mhm.
of that has a Secret Service plaque for taking care of the boys during COVID.
Probably.
I think he is. That thing is displayed right in the front, right in the front. When you walk in, you look at it like, is that Secret Service? What the fuck? It's not like a
Don't
food award. It's not like something like that, which he's got plenty of those.
worry about what I got going on.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry
Yeah,
about that.
bro.
You got
All right.
business.
Well, this ties in. We're gonna two things,
Yeah.
bro. We went for an hour, bro. Pretty privileged, and then we'll talk about our restaurant stop
Yeah.
picks. Again, the Lost Fire doesn't count, but I love that place. You should hit it
Yeah.
up. It's phenomenal. He's doing big things. He's my boy. But anyway, go ahead.
Pretty privileged.
Pretty privileged actually ties in what we just talked about, bro, because they
It
never
is.
expect to pay for shit.
Exactly. So again, along the same lines of like double standards, right? It's again another one of those like podcast things, like you shut down and kind of like hear about it, and I just thought deeper about it, and I'm like, huh, pretty I guess it is a thing. It's like you're not gonna have to, in the most part, like work as hard, or people are not requiring as much of you per se, because they want to be around pretty, or whatever. So it's like easy example, right? Nightclubs or restaurants or whatever, right? Ladies get in free. Why? Because women are pretty, and what brings the men who are paying is the pretty women there. So why would you make women pay?
Yeah, business. I
They're
got
not
you.
going to pay anyway. You want them to come in there.
Yeah.
right? And it's like, and you only let in the pretty ones,
Yes.
right? Or like, you're like, oh, some people get in this position because they're attractive. You're like, that's not right. I'm like, might not be, but
Why are you here?
it, and it's
Well,
one
well,
of the
let
things. Yeah, it's like I want. I heard a thing today. The guy was like, he's like, it's important. He's like, it's important to know if other people find you attractive. He's like, because he's like, it's
yeah.
dangerous to. He's like, it's dangerous for you to not know that.
Yeah.
And like, because he's like, you can be. It's important for you to know because you can misconstrue people's actions towards you.
Ah,
Right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You think they're being genuine because like, oh, they must think I'm a great person and blah blah blah, not realizing
No.
the only reason that they're treating you this way is because of how you look and how you present, and they find you to be.
All right. I got 2 things. Hold on. Hold that note. 1, yes, I agree.
Mhm,
But to your point, I can't tell you, especially again, line of work, law enforcement, military, all that stuff. I wasn't in the military, but working with them.
mhm,
Times it's you and 1 or 2 females, and it's like, hey, do you guys want to go grab some food or whatever? The look, not, I don't think I'm confrontational. I think there's a right way to say it, but I just was
mhm.
like, I'm not trying to fuck you. I just don't want to eat alone. But it's like,
Uh,
what about this interaction suggests that that's what I'm doing?
yeah,
To their point, I'm sure they get hit on. I get it. I get the
yep,
concept, but I'm just very abrupt. It's like I'm not trying to fuck you. I just, we work together. I need food. Whatever. Most of the time, it gets a laugh, and we have a good time. Not a big deal.
yeah,
But this is the other question I was going to have because it's happened to both of us.
mhm,
Actually, you could tell your
mhm,
story of when it happened to you. But when women buy me drinks or
mhm,
like that, I don't know. They'll just come up to me, and it makes me laugh though because it's happened a few. Listen, I'm not a fucking. I get it. I'm not. I'm not. I've never been described as pretty. I'm not a
mhm,
fucking. It's not that shit. But I don't know what. It's a power move for the female. I will
mhm,
not take that away. But it always puts me on my heels. I don't know how to react typically because I'm not ready for that.
mhm,
And but my question slash request. Tell your story about what happened to
mhm.
you because you had a group of girls. Is that a turn on or a turn off? Again, you're single, all this blah blah blah. I
Yeah,
don't want to
yeah,
get
yeah,
into this other bullshit, but
yeah,
you're single, you're sitting at a bar, maybe you and your buddy, whatever, and
mhm,
a girl or girls buy you a drink, whatever. That
mhm.
concept. But tell your
Well,
story, then answer that.
that's exactly what happened, kinda,
Well,
alright?
I know,
So
but that's the point. It's always
like,
like it's
yeah.
like, oh God.
So I'll tell the story for the for the people watching, right? So this is what I mentioned my boy came earlier. So me and him were sitting at a bar, we don't play the bars, and we're literally just shooting the shit, bro. We're not, it's like say a dinner, but it's a quiet weeknight or whatever. Really just
Yeah, what up?
shooting the shit, just talking, just really just talking, not really like out on the fucking town or like we're not
You're not
fucking.
making eye contact with
Yeah, we're not.
women
No,
like
it's literally me and him sitting on the corner
yeah,
of the bar, right? So he's here, I'm here on this corner, right? We're just literally
yeah.
just old fashioned, shooting the shit, having a drink, looking at the TV, talking about. Wasn't really noticing, but there's a group of girls sitting like behind us. One of the girl she comes up, and she's like, "Oh, we guys take a shot with us." And my girlfriend's sure, whatever. Like she's like, "I already bought them. Why don't we, take a shot with us?" Sure, whatever. Not gonna turn on the drink and be rude, right? And like I said, we're sitting. We just saw the bartender like pour these, so they're not fucking spiked or nothing crazy going on. We're sitting right next to where they're making them. So we're like, oh, no, you guys, make small talk. You guys celebrating something? What are you guys doing? Oh, we're just having a girls' night, blah, 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 the shot, blah, blah. Literally, immediately, oh, hope you guys have a great night. Boom, boom, immediately go sit back down. All right, right.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Maybe 5 to 7 minutes go by. Girl comes back up. She's like, can I ask you guys a question? And like, yeah.
Sure.
She's like, how come when we bought the shots, you guys didn't like try to stay and like talk to us or like, interact with us at all, like hit on them, blah, 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 whatever. And my boy at the time, he's like, well, I'm engaged, and I'm like, what about you? I was like, well, I'm not engaged. And I was like, I don't know if you were paying attention to the social cues. We were actually just shooting the shit, having a regular conversation. We weren't in the mood for whatever. And I was like, like you said, we said before, I was like, I'm also not trying to fuck you. I was like, I don't find you to be attractive in that way. You know what I'm saying? But it's like,
But they were insulted, bro.
they were insulted that
A hundred percent.
they would buy that she would do that to like I say Laura said, right? Not necessarily with nefarious purposes, right? But like
No, I get it.
to gain our attention, to kind of like
I get it. Shoot
present
their shot,
themselves,
bro.
get a
Yeah.
shot in a way. But and again, it's like, well, me, this has happened to me plenty of times where I'm like, I'm not necessarily picking up on like the bear to the back and forth of oh, to the point where like another person would be like, be like, she's hitting on you, right? I'm like, wait, what? Oh, me, I
For
just thought,
real?
well,
Word?
what? I just thought we were having a nice conversation. What the fuck? You know, because it's weird because because I wasn't like
Yeah,
expecting that energy, so I wasn't expecting for a woman to
yeah,
to be hitting on me with the intent of like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I guess you would say chase or whatever the fuck, right? So I'm
Whatever,
like,
I got you, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, I'm also capable of just having a good conversation without trying to get in your fucking pants. I'm not, and I've told plenty, I say female friends because they're still friends of mine now, right? But sometimes not enough for me. You're not, they're hitting on, but I'm not picking up on what they're putting down. I guess whatever. And I'm like, listen, us spending time together, hanging out, is not predicated on whether I get to fuck you or not. It's not. I'm not. I'm not trying to fuck you. I'm not. I'm not.
Why? Am I not attractive enough for you? What's wrong with me?
It's like, yes, you are
Lord.
attractive. I was like, listen, you're a attractive woman. I personally am not trying to fuck you though. Now, I was like, we have a good friendship. We're having a good time. It's what is wrong with that? You don't think I'm like, so let me get this straight. So if I was trying to fuck you, and that's all that I was trying to do, that would be okay. Well, no, I guess not. I think that'd be rude and crude and blah blah. I'm like, so which one? So which, I don't understand. I don't get it. But I think, but again, it's like with a girl one time. He's like, I was like, listen, not that I think I know I'm an attractive man, right?
Yeah, get it, bro.
I'm an above average man on any metric that you can have, right? Covenant wise, I believe that of myself, right? That of myself. So I don't need external
Yeah,
validation.
fuck it. Whatever, bro.
I don't need external validation to think that of myself, right? I was like, and the history of my life would also deem that to be correct as well.
Very humble, bro. I love it. I love it. Go.
Let me talk. I'm talking my shit, right? So, but I have noticed that in talking to women in that range or in that spectrum of like, they're almost like I said, they're offended that you are not necessarily chasing them, like pursuing them, and I'm like, and this gives me to like a deeper thing. They're like, oh, he's not doing this, or he's not doing this, or she's not doing this. I was like, first of all, let's just cut all the bullshit. Different attachment styles and attractiveness, or if they wanted to, they would. I'm like, let's just break this down to the most basic thing, right? I was like, here's what you guys are missing here. I was like, when it drops down to it all, I was like, one, they don't like you like that. You're not attractive to them, either physically or as a person. You are not attractive. They don't like you like that. They don't like you enough, and that's literally just what it is. I was like,
Yeah.
because all of those rules and all the other shit goes out the window when the bitch. I said bitch. That could be a man or a woman, right? I said when a motherfucker likes you, all of that shit goes out the window.
Oh yeah.
All of
Well, women too,
it goes
though.
out the window. One and two, all
When
of
they
it,
got all
all
these
of it goes out.
rules, I'm like, nope, they don't like
No,
you, bro.
they
Because
don't
guess
like it.
what? They don't have any rules
They don't like you.
when they
Ain't no
want you.
rules. Ain't no rules. Like you could call her at 2 o'clock in the morning. I miss you. Come over, and she'll be there. But she like you.
Yeah. Well, I will say this too. Hold on. I will say this. It's an age thing too, because when you're young, bro, dude's driving 6 hours to go get some, bro. Like whatever, they going wild, going off the rails. But when you get
Yeah,
older, it's like, bro, that you become a
much more.
lazy hunter, bro. It's like, nah,
Much,
I'm not
much.
doing that. And so it's like I'm not chasing, I'm not doing all that. And
Yeah.
then unless I'm looking for a relationship, which that's a lot of work and effort and time,
Mm-hmm.
you got to be picky, bro. So so to your point, it's like you get to an age range where it's like, bro, I'm not.
Look, brother.
Now listen, there's dude dogs out there. We
Yeah,
both we
yeah. I won't even say it's, bro. I won't even say it's an age. I don't even necessarily think it's
well,
an
I
age.
don't know. For
I
me, it
think
is. I'm too old for that shit, bro. I'm tired.
I think it's when you figure out as a guy. I think it's when you figure out that you're attractive. You're not gonna do all that.
Fair enough.
Once you realize that you don't have to do that,
Yeah,
you're not gonna do that. Like she making you jump through all those hoops. I gotta buy you a
yeah.
$300 dinner. No, fuck, I don't.
No, I don't.
I don't. No,
Next.
no, pass.
Yeah. All
Absolutely,
right. Last
absolutely.
thing.
Yeah.
Last thing. Restaurants.
I actually don't have a full blown restaurant. Right? My thing is I love myself a nice little ice cream sweet treat, if you will. Right.
Yes, you do. It's always
Uh,
on your feed.
I stumbled into this place one time. There's a little coffee shop not too far from my house. It's actually right in the same plaza like Starbucks. Starbucks was closed one day for whatever reason. I think they were like remodeling some shit or whatever. And I was like, fuck, I can't get a coffee. Oh, there's no little coffee shop in here. So I actually had to like do a little drive through. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, they got ice cream and like, I know pastries and shit like that. No coffee shop. I'm like, they got ice cream. I'm like, what kind of ice cream y'all got?
The
And
fat boy, bro. I love
what kind of ice cream you got? What you got in there?
it.
So I think I actually ended up coming inside, like tasting a few of the flavors. But it's this place called it's called Kelly's Ice Cream. It is originated and how based in Orlando, Florida, and they only have in Tampa. They only have two places where you can actually get. So the coffee shop is Foxtail, is the coffee shop, but the Kelly's ice cream is only in 2 of these coffee shops. One literally like 5, not even 5 minutes from my house. The other one's like on the other side of town, right?
Dangerous, bro.
Uh,
Dangerous.
right. So I'm like, I just stumbled upon it, and that is my shout out. I would love if Kelly's just, ownership over here just was like, please stop switching out the fucking flavors every month. They have seasonal flavors, so they change. They have like I think it's 8, 6 or maybe like 6 or 7 regular base flavors that they always have, and then every
Yeah.
month they change up like a different like 4 or 5 like other like flavors that
What they take away from you, bro? What they remove for you?
bro. They took away cookie butter, which is a couple months ago.
Oh,
And I was like,
yeah.
Lord have mercy, that shit was so good. And one of them was like a graham cracker, chocolate graham cracker, whatever. And it's always like these fun fucking flavors. And I'm like, but my favorite is obviously the thing that got me hooked was Cookie Monster, which is essentially like a cookies and cream ice cream, but it's blue. So it looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
so it looks like Cookie Monster from fucking Sesame Street. So that's the one that got me hooked. So it's that one, Oreo dough, Odo, are my two go-tos. But yeah, that's my shout out to Kelly's. I actually got a pint of fucking snickerdoodle in there that I need to
I
try.
bet you do.
Exactly.
I bet you do. Well, something I'm late to the game in, and this is
Mhm.
not my shout out, but crumble cookie, bro. You crazy if you don't. You are
That's so
crazy if you
overly
don't.
sweet.
You got to get the right ones. Now they do change every week, bro. They do change every week.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, they're
It's
good.
not even a cookie, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a cook. I don't like. Put it this way, it's not necessarily a cookie. It's like a fucking. It's a
It
huge
depends on
like
what you
like
get.
a cinnamon roll, bro.
It depends on what you get. So
Yeah.
you got to get the right ones. Nah, bro. Anyway, late to the game on that one. No, my shout out is so one of the only things I can enjoy about New Jersey is the diners. And I went to
Mhm.
Top's Diner. It's not a hole in the wall. It's
Mm.
actually probably world famous.
Oh, really?
All this shit. But to my knowledge, there's only one, so it's not a chain.
Mhm.
And dude, there's something about a good fucking diner. Yeah, I walked in, they're balling out of control. They had like
Mhm.
Pappy, Louis the 14th. They had all these
Oh, yeah.
drinks that you could get. I didn't get any of that. But and then the food, bro, they had lemon blueberry cornbread with whipped honey butter, bro.
Mm.
Bro.
Mm.
It's just something about being in a diner with good food like that. Like that
Now,
is a rarity in a lot of places.
is this place better than Three Coins?
First of all, 100%. The ambiance, I will say, they're not dealing coke out the back, and the cooks aren't cutting their fucking fingers off. But I don't think they're open 24 hours. And so
Yeah.
anyway, I was telling somebody about Three Coins the other day, bro. I was like, there's only really 2 places in Tampa where you could go as a cop and be okay, and you don't ask questions, and they don't tell you because I don't care what you're doing in the back. Just don't fuck with my food,
Just
and
don't
we
fuck with
good.
food, just make it good. That's it.
All good. And 3 coins, and then Perkins. We ain't gonna say her name, but 8 ball on the arm. What's up? Always smells like bleach and cigarettes. Love that.
Always took care of us, though. Always took care of us.
Hey, always took care of us and would come out and
Always
chat with
took
us and didn't give a shit.
Always took care of us. Always took care of us.
Yeah,
Oh,
even if
Bo,
it
while
go.
we're on food, what I cannot wait for on this trip coming up, motherfucking, what's the burger joint out there? Right?
In-N-Out.
No,
It's In-N-Out. It's
no, no,
In-N-Out.
no. Is it In-N-Out?
In-N-Out is the famous West Coast burger place. You better not say something else because you're gonna get stabbed.
Is it In-N-Out?
Yes, bro. With
I know, I know it's not. I know it's not. Hold on. I know it's not Whataburger because
no,
they're,
it's
they're,
not
they're
that.
building like a fuck ton of them in
No,
Florida.
it's In-N-Out. Bro, stop playing with me right now. It's In-N-Out. The burgers are great. The fries
No,
are
no.
okay.
I'm trying to think of the name of the fucking
Animal style.
Yes.
Yeah, that's In-N-Out, bro. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's In-N-Out, bro.
I can't fucking wait, bro. Can't fucking wait. I'm playing about that
There's
shit.
so much other good food there, but okay, I hear you.
I don't care about that shit. I want a nice fucking wax paper with the fucking yes, bro. Fuck the fries. I want the fries. Give me like 3 of the burgers. I'm gonna be good.
The fries are not good, bro. And people
That's
get
why I just said
very
fuck
upset with me.
fries. I don't want the
Yeah.
fries. Fuck them
The
fries.
burgers are banging though.
Yeah, I want yes. Animal style, 3 of them bitches, double cheese, all of that. On the fucking wax paper. Slide your
Bro, your arteries are gonna be like carbon fiber,
I
bro.
don't
God
care. I don't
damn.
care.
I will show you some other good spots, but fine. I hear you.
Nah, I don't care about that.
California, LA does have some ball food, bro. Baller food. I'm
Here
a fat
for
boy.
it.
I can't help it.
Here for it. Right. Is what it is.
All right, bro.
Right.
Actually, we got next week, and then we'll be in LA.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, bro. I'm
Boom.
pumped about LA.
Let me
I
fun.
got the book coming out.
Let me fun. I'm excited for it all.
Let's go, baby. All right, brother. Appreciate you.